Typical example for a legal drone scenario, dot, dot, dot. So drone deploy, a post from Brian. I didn't work with Brian. I don't know him personally, but I saw this on my timeline and they've really done a nice job productizing this time lapse. This is something that we used to do, with the pre-programmed flight pattern. When I was working for different companies, we would do this, by hand with a video editing software. You get that same orbital pre-programmed flight. It's automated, so all the shots line up perfectly, and then you kind of get this time lapse effect. But really, what drone deploy is, they've taken it to the next level here. They've made it really nice, really smooth. You can see these trucks kind of coming in and out of frame like a hyperlapse, and it's very smooth, right? Like the products that I was familiar with and that I was helping produce, you would kind of see like the seams between the shots and the different time lapse. This is kind of next level here. And yeah, it looks like this is kind of like a product in the offering of the drone deploy. So if you want something like this, go reach out to Drone Deploy. I'm not sponsored or affiliated with them. This is a cool product, and it takes a decent amount of effort and time to collect all the footage, all the data, and then to actually edit it together. So if this is something that they've automated, that's super cool. Let's see this post from Rob Matsumoto. It says, not for everyone. If you fly drones on weekends for fun, do not join the wait list. If you are happy charging $200 for real estate photos, do not join the wait list. Oh, okay. So I think what he's selling here, yeah, this is like a hardcore, if you want to be like next level drone pilot masterclass, that's what he's selling here. Not too much to say on this, but I think with Rod's post, I kind of see an interesting bifurcation in the drone market, right? Like I've been noticing people with a drone pilot network makes sense, but I think in 2026, you really need to be differentiating yourself and your services in terms of what you're offering the market. Because I don't think just being a Part 107 pilot really cuts it anymore. And I think last post I'd like to talk about here is coming to us from Niam. Let's see. This one was interesting, right? Again, kind of like what I just mentioned with a lot of the really neat high-end marketing stuff at like live events, concerts, shows, venues. You'll see the pilots are actually flying over people's heads. I haven't heard of an incident. I haven't seen anything. I think it's only a matter of time until somebody gets clonked in the head with a drone from a pilot, taken too aggressive or maybe midair collision with like a cup or something. This post kind of piqued my interest because, very nice 3D map, 3D model generated of an Aldi car park survey. The results are in. Now the data is being processed, ready, captured using DJI Matrice 4 Enterprise, 35-minute total flight time, full data set available in full hours. The precision and efficiency of this operation showcase exactly why drones are redefining how commercial projects are mapped, maintained, and redeveloped. All right, so this is from Niam Craven. I think this is in the UK. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, lovely little data set. Again, this is a great example of how you can use drones to generate 3D models of terrain or an environment using mapping. But what stuck out to me to this was there was a bit of a flame war in the comment section, people bringing up the fact that this flight may have had a drone flying overhead of unknowing people in the parking lot. And I think this is in the UK, probably similar regulations as the United States, but here in the United States, you really need people's permission if you're going to be flying over. And my understanding of the regulations is at the very least, you need to give people notice that there's an active drone operation that is going on overhead. Oh yeah, here we go. Michael Radek with the spicy comment here. Typical example for a legal drone scenario, dot, dot, dot. For such a C2 class drone, that's why I think this is in the UK, because C2, I think that's an airspace classification in the UK. Such a C2 class drone, you need to apply minimum safe distances, what means you need to completely block and evacuate the whole flight area plus minimum safe distance. That's usually not possible to realize. Too expensive. Also, automatic flight missions means illegal BVLOS operation, beyond visual line of sight, BVLOS. Okay, so I wanted to highlight this because I think this is a great topic of discussion, because pilots out there, what do you think? Is this an illegal drone operation? But this is a total gray area. And this is a great example of what a gray area looks like in the regulations. I think Michael has a point that, there is conceivably a moment in the pre-programmed automated flight pattern where the drone could be directly overhead of somebody. And, if it falls out of the sky for whatever reason, although however unlikely, it could cause a serious medical issue, if not even death. And so that is a serious allegation. I think us drone pilots need to discuss. Part of the comment here that I have to disagree with on Michael is the BVLOS, beyond visual line of sight. I don't think, unless you're like behind the building, you're going to have visual line of sight. I don't think you're really at risk of having beyond visual line of sight. I don't see it. But again, chat, let me know. Leave a comment. Do you think this is a violation of BVLOS or do you not, and why? What I will do, we'll get a waiver from the FAA for operations over people, right? So a waiver is if you need an exception to a rule, you apply for a waiver. And in this case, the rule is operations over people. So we've been able to get waivers for doing things like, putting signs on the street and putting a parachute on the drone. So I've seen, there's workarounds. There's, if you want to do it by the book, as you should be doing it by the book, if you're doing this professionally or commercially, or for that matter, even just doing this as a hobbyist, you should be following the rules. Thank you for tuning in and listening to this March 2026 update on the drone industry. I hope this stirs up some conversation.